Hey, so my name is Ffion and I'm a registered dietitian.
I'm Anna, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm really glad you came here today. So firstly, what I would just want to ask you is, do you have any kind of like dietary history or anything like that that I need to be aware of before we kind of start?
I'm type 1 diabetic, so I've been about that for 3 years, so I'm still kind of learning.
Okay, so that's cool. Now, I asked you when we set up the appointment to bring in me a 3-day dietary plan and an analysis, which you have done for me, which is amazing.
Yes.
So just really briefly looking over this, I can see that your protein intake is really good, dietary fibre is really, really good, your fats are kind of high, but within this kind of circumstances, this is good. Because you want your carbohydrates to kind of be low. So you need these fats kind of be higher so you actually have enough energy to carry out your day-to-day living. And your vitamins status and your calciums are really, really good. So your mineral intakes are good. But we're going to kind of like really focus on your carbohydrate, which is relatively high for a type 1 diabetic. So we're just going to quickly kind of go over your 3-day dietary plan. Do you kind of, before we really go into this, do you kind of know much about the type 1 diabetes and like where you kind of think that you need to reduce within your...
Definitely the carbs. I know my A1C is pretty high. My endocrinologist is not super happy with it. Just kind of unsure maybe how to reduce the carbs, or like maybe given like a specific limit per day for carbs, things like that.
Okay. So just kind of like briefly looking over your first day, I can see for breakfast you had some eggs, turkey bacon, which are really good, high in protein. The eggs has the fat in. It's good that you've gone with the turkey bacon because it's got like the less fats in. And then we have strawberry muffins. You've taken like 2 of these, which is good, but maybe this is kind of an area where just reducing it to 1 could help that carbohydrates. And increasing it instead of just 1 egg to 2 eggs can increase your fat intake to kind of balance out that energy. And then I noticed at 11 a.m. you took a Kit Kat, which may help you as you've put in kind of the following day that your blood sugar was low, so you did take this to help balance it out. So it's good that if you are feeling kind of like your blood sugar is low, to just have one of these just to help maintain it. But as well as that, it's really good you're having vegetables for your evening meal. I did notice within your first day that you didn't actually eat any lunch, so maybe just like making time for that and stuff would be good. But increasing your veggie intake, although they are carbohydrates and stuff, it just gives that healthier kind of option, more nutrient dense, instead of like the muffins, and especially with the flour tortillas, maybe choosing whole grains. So it would be better. But just kind of trying to like maybe increase your fats and reducing your carbs would help. And then we go on to kind of the second day, where I noticed that you've eaten mac and cheese and banana pudding, which maybe kind of reduce would be a better kind of way to go, or choosing like an alternative for them. So instead of mac and cheese, maybe choosing a different side, such as steamed broccoli or anything like that, really. But yeah, and then we go on to kind of the last day, and maybe cutting out the chocolate milk, although the protein is really good with the milk. Maybe having it without the chocolate added to it might be a good idea to go forward. But overall, it's a good diet. I think you're doing really well with it. It's just kind of making them healthier options to limit the carbohydrates. So we're really looking for you to have around 75 to 100 grams of carbohydrates.
Okay.
So by reducing that, you need to kind of increase the fats to compensate for that. So you do have the energy intake. But overall, your energy intake is really good. It's 2,000, roughly around 2,500, which is good. But obviously, if you are reducing your carbohydrates, to maintain that, you need to be able to increase the fats. So, yeah. Do you have any kind of like other questions or anything that you'd like to?
I don't think so. You said my vitamins are all good and things like that. So, and so just keeping in mind getting the right amount of energy with reducing carbs, I feel like will be a tricky balance, but I think it's doable.
Okay.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you. And if you have any more questions, just contact me. You can come in and see me again.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's good to meet
awesome.
you.
Good to meet you too. Thank you.